Hello, this is Dr. Keith Newby with Fort Norfolk Medical Associates and the James E. Newby Jr. Foundation. Let's Talk Health is a medical minute production designed to educate and enlighten our community on various healthcare topics, the goal of which is to help you achieve your optimum health, both physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Each week, I will address a different topic relevant to our everyday lives. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome. This is my part of the podcast segment I lovingly call Real Talk. Now, this is designed not to be politically correct, as I may say some things at times that people don't want to hear, but as I see it, my job is to keep you alive and to keep you healthy and to keep you educated, and I will do my best to do so. Now, today's topic is weight loss. So what do we usually say? Terms we use: dieting, lifestyle change, obesity, overweight, or simply fat. These are different terms ultimately leading to the same thought, and that's that I want to be thinner. Now, why do we want to be thinner? Well, because frankly, we look better. A lot of people may say I'm doing it for health reasons, but you want to go out in the summer with your little two-piece on if you're a woman, or if you're a guy, you want to put your Speedos on and look good. And I understand that. But from my end, I'm telling you this because I want you to be healthier. And if wearing the Speedos is going to make you feel better in the end, and I know my side product is to get you healthier, then so be it. I'll take that and run with it. So why is weight loss so difficult? Well, I think it's difficult for a couple of reasons. One is exposure. Two is ease of access. Three is lack of support, or I should say family support. The fourth one is poor motivation, and fifth is lack of realization. So let's talk about exposure. Look at it like this. Everywhere we go, every place we go to and encounter different events such as weddings, funerals, church functions, whatever, we're going to run into somebody there trying to feed us. And typically it's not going to be food that's in our best interest to eat. So you have that temptation of that exposure that keeps you down. Ease of access. And that's the sad state of affairs. The higher calorie foods, the processed sugars, all that stuff is dirt cheap and easy to obtain. You go to any store, you can find it. But to be healthier and to eat right, you almost have to go broke in the process. And that's a real problem we run into. Somebody says I can go to McDonald's and get $1 a meal menu and get a cheeseburger, fries, and a sugary drink versus having to spend $20 to get green beans and a piece of broiled baked chicken. It's just not even a math equation that makes sense in most people's eyes who live on a fixed budget. Lack of support, especially family support. I deal with this all the time as a doc. I come in the room with a patient. I've had this happen a year or so ago. Older patient, really overweight. I come in the room one evening because I just happened to stop by the hospital that evening to see another patient. I wanted to check on this one. I walk in the door, and the patient is asleep on the bed, belly so big that the food's falling off the sides. They got Twinkies, Hostess Ho-Hos, some kind of powdery donut deal, and potato chips, and a Coke, not even a Diet Coke, but a regular Coke sitting on the side of the bed. I'm looking at the patient, and the patient sleep, snoring, with all this stuff on the belly and all that white sugary crap around the mouth. And I'm looking like, what in the world? So I go out and call the son, who I know was the one that brought all that stuff. And I was like, dude, what you doing, man? I'm trying to get your mom healthy, and she's in there with all this food that she don't need, and she's diabetic with a sugar of 400, and you're just making it 600. And he's like, well, your mom fuss at me if I don't bring it. And I'm like, dude, man, the woman is almost 400 pounds. What's she going to do, get up and hit you? I welcome the opportunity just to get her out of the bed. So this is the kind of stuff that, if the family's not supporting you, if you're saying, okay, I want to lose weight, and then the family offers to take you to Golden Corral. I mean, come on. That is not helping you at all in your quest to get thinner. So lack of family support is a big major issue, and poor motivation. You got to want this to get this. If you don't want it, if you're not motivated to get out there and exercise, if you're not motivated to try to lose weight, if you're not motivated to be healthier, you likely won't do it. You'll start the process, but you'll fall by the wayside. The key thing in that motivation is you got to say, okay, I got to get back on this horse. If I fall, that's okay. I'm going to get back on it and I'm going to get started again. And finally, lack of realizations. I think a patient or any a person that wants to be healthier has to eventually say to themselves, I know I need to do this, and I need to know where I stand. What have I done to make it worse for myself? You have to be realistic, and you have to say, if I know I've been eating wrong, I need to get better. Me personally, I lovingly call myself the Luther Vandross of medicine. I've had weight challenges, all my life where I've gone thin, then I get heavier, and I go thin, and I go heavier, but I'm back on my quest to be thinner. About 2 weeks ago, I got to 211 pounds. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to do this. Right now, I'm down to 205, about to go 204 by tomorrow based on my plan and my actions. But I had to motivate myself in order to do it, and I'm on my own quest to make that lifestyle change, to get on that diet. I don't care what you call it. Some people don't like the term lifestyle change. They don't like the term diet. I'm like, I take whatever term it takes to get me where I want to be. That's what I'm going to use. But that actually lack of realization. If you're not willing to say to yourself, I know I have a problem and I need to fix it, and I know I have to make those changes, I have to stop, I have to be realistic, then you never get there. Patient last week, sitting in the room, he's telling me how he's trying to lose weight, and he's like 350 plus pounds, and he's trying to lose weight, he's doing everything, but it's just not working. And I'm asking him, I said, well, you're doing something wrong. He's telling me, no, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing everything. I'm following the diet. I'm not eating this. I'm not eating that. I said, dude, man, come on, Chief. I said, if you're not losing weight, there's something you are doing that's not helping you get to your goal. Oh, no, stand me down. I said, all right. I didn't say another word. We moved on to other things. And then finally, I kind of got snuck back around and asked him about, was he having any problems with nausea? So this is what he says. He said, oh, Doc, yeah, I did get nauseated last week. I was at Taco Bell and got a bacon burrito that morning, and soon afterwards, I started getting sick on my stomach. So I'm looking at him, and I didn't even say a word. But the realism is, and I told him, I said, guy, let me tell you something, man. If I drop you in the middle of the Sahara Desert with no food and give you a water can and come back and get you a month later, I bet you money that is hardly eating anything. I will bet you every dime I own that you will be thinner when I come back and pick you back up. So that is one of the things, is that lack of realization. So I kind of try to encourage people to get to that stage where they can realize what they've done wrong. So what's the first step on trying to lose weight? The first thing is making a decision. I know I need to lose weight, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Second step is being realistic with your part that you played, as I mentioned earlier. I think once you make that realization and you know you have shortcomings, and that's okay, we all do, but we have to be realistic in that sense, and we have to make a move. Third step, formulating a plan. You have to formulate whatever that plan is, and you can't mismatch plans. You can't say this, I'm going this diet this week, but by next week I want to go on a different diet because I want to get this other food I want. Part of weight loss is sacrifice. That means you have to sacrifice something consistently in order to do it. And then fourthly is sticking to your plan. If you say you're going to do it, then do it. Now, we're going to all make mistakes. And I always tell people, listen, get yourself a plan. Follow that plan for, say, a month. And on the weekend of every month, you take a day or two, eat something that you really want. That just kind of remotivates you back to go the next month and hit it hard, starting that Monday. And then do another month and then treat yourself to something on the end of that week. So you build up your anticipation for whatever it is that you're looking forward to do. A good friend and patient of mine about 3 months ago discussed with me his desire to lose weight. And, I gave him these steps to follow. And he went and actually did them. He adopted his plan, his weight loss strategy. And when he came to see me 3 months later, he had lost 30 pounds. I was proud of him, putting forth that effort to really make a change in his life. And he had health-related problems that really dictated a need to lose weight. So I was really proud of him. So it is successful, but you got to follow the rules. So I'm challenging you to join me. He motivated me to get back on my JOB, because how it is, I'm a doctor trying to tell you what you need to do if I need to do it myself. So I try to live by example, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm on my plan, I'm sticking to my plan, and I'm going to continue to stick to my plan. So I'm starting this challenge to my listening audience to say, let's formulate a plan of action to lose weight. I'm going for another 27 pounds. And I started mine about 2-3 weeks ago. I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same. So if you want to, I'm going to be keeping you abreast of my progress on my Fort Norfolk Medical Plaza page on Facebook, and I will post what I'm doing, and I welcome you to post along with me. You can hit my email that's on the cover of my podcast at dr.newby at yahoo.com, dr.newby, that's dr.newby at yahoo.com, and keep me abreast of how you're doing. And share with me some of your things you've been doing so I can post them on the air and we could talk about it. So I really want to encourage people to do this. Obesity is a major problem in this country, causes a lot of health issues, and we really need to get on our JOB to make this work. Next week, I'm going to discuss different diets so you can pick which one works for you. But I'm going to end it for now because I want to bore you half to death with my rhetoric. But I wanted to make sure I did get this message out to you. So again, this is Dr. Newby, and thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I truly hope this message has somehow helped you and will start you down a path of good health. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Email me at dr.newby at yahoo.com. That's dr.newby at yahoo.com, and I will read and answer your questions with the next podcast. Take care and God bless.